This is going to be a very slow walk, but I'm still going to talk. Still having back problems. Still fat. Anyway, this question comes from, I'm getting a ton of new followers on YouTube, which I love. Thank you all for following along. John Egan sent me a question, and that threw me, because look at my eyebrows, my God. Back in the day, I knew a John Egan. He's no longer with us. So it's a different John Egan, I'm guessing. Memory lanes, right? Back in the old seeing bands at places, Long Branch, Asbury Park and stuff. John Egan. Anyway, he wanted to know one regret I've had in publishing. I think that's a great question. I also think I'm going to sit down. I can't do this walking thing right now. Oh, goodness. Whew. So kind of walk / sit and talk. Where was I? Oh, so John Egan wanted to know, if I had to pick just one regret. And that's a tough one. Regrets, I've had a few. Probably off the top of my head, I tried not to think about this before I just got the question in. I was like, I got to do a walk and talk this week. I have two, but I'm just going to say one of them. So my regret would be not writing crime fiction sooner in my career. Always read it, always loved it. Always loved horror too, and I always wrote horror stories. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to be a horror author. I'm just going to write zombie books and monster books and horror things. And I did decent with it over my last 30-something years. But I always felt like I wanted to tackle crime thriller, but I didn't know how to do it. I was I don't know if I was scared. I just didn't think I had the skills for it. And you know what? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't have the skills for it. I mean, maybe that's the point of me starting to really get serious with crime thriller fiction in like 2015 now, was when I wrote what became Dirty Deeds. So this will be 10 years now. I just realized of writing crime fiction and doing very well with it. Thank you very much. But that being said, I probably should have started writing it earlier. I think if I had gotten a jump on it. I think that's the thing. So that's probably the worst thing I've done in my career, is not really doing what I wanted to do. I'm not saying I hate horror. I love writing horror, but I would have loved to have mixed in some crime thriller fiction as well. Another, I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to give you a B real quick. That would be getting my act together and finishing series and not going off on tangents like in my Dying Day Zombies series. It's a 9-book series. Should have just been that. No, there's like 5 or 6 side books that don't fit in with the other books. And it's very confusing when you look at my backlist, and it's like 200 something releases. Okay. And it's very hard to figure out for somebody new coming in. And I know this because people say it all the time. It's hard to figure out where to start. And even within a specific, horror or whatever, it's very hard to figure out where to start in those. And I wish I had had a better understanding of not just throwing right and throw it up on the wall and let's see what sticks kind of thing. So that's the other problem with that. All right, I'm just going to sit here and cry for a little bit because my back hurts. If you have a question for me, though, feel free to send it armandrosamilia@gmail.com or comment on my Patreon, which is where this goes initially, or my my YouTube channel. And please tell all your friends about my YouTube channel. I'm trying to build it up. Then come and see my giant fat head. Holy crap! I need to lose a lot of weight.